What's going on, guys? My name is Eldeniro and welcome to episode 10 of my Leicester City career mode on FIFA 15. We're starting this episode off with some action at the King Power Stadium against North London side Tottenham, and this is on Boxing Day, as they call it in England. In Ireland we call it St. Stephen's Day. I don't know what it's called around the world, but this is the 26th of December and that's when this game takes place, and this was always going to be a really difficult game despite it looking like a relatively weak Tottenham team in comparison to the types of players that they do have in their team. But they actually opened the scoring in the 8th minute with Townsend coming into the box. He plays in Ryan Mason, who manages to pull the goalkeeper away from play and cross the ball into Dembele, who gave Tottenham Hotspur the lead, and that was a little bit frustrating for me. And they did spend the first 30 or so minutes of the game in an extended spell of dominance as a result of that goal. But I have a question for you guys. As we are in Boxing Day fixtures, that means we're incredibly close to January, which means there will be some transfer activity in this episode, including what I feel like is one of the bargains of the century. But my question for you guys at the start of this episode anyways is what's the best player that you've signed? Who is the best player that you've signed? How much did you sign him for? And what is his goal scoring record like, or his defensive record if he is indeed a defender, or whatever, you know, his assists? Let me know who your best player is at the moment. But in the 35th minute we kind of found a way back into the game. We didn't score unfortunately, but we did have a nice Mackay Stevens shot that looped, and from there we just sort of learned how to attempt to break Spurs down in a little bit of a better fashion than we had been doing for the first 30 minutes, with Nick Powell coming down the left hand side of the pitch, evading the tackle from Naughton, getting into a great position, passing it to Vardy, who amazingly misses the target from point blank range, which is just not Premier League quality. Like, I'm sorry, but if you miss the target from there, there's something seriously wrong with your shooting. And Mackay Stevens had a shot in the 45th minute that veered towards the near post. It was punched wide by Brad Friedel. And then in the 56th minute, Tottenham Hotspur came on the attack. They were looking to regain their dominance as Ryan Mason crosses the ball in towards Soldado, whose header goes just over. And I've completely lost faith in Leonardo Ulloa. I took him off for Tom Hopper, and that's the reason that I'm showing you this, is that his goal scoring record is just not good enough. And I don't know, like, in real life he's incredible. I really like him. I really like watching him every time Leicester are playing, but in this game, like, he's just not doing it for me at the moment. But he might be able to turn that around, you never know. Our next game is away from home at Hull City, and I wasn't surprised that we lost to Tottenham because we had beaten Liverpool in our last game and we were never going to win 2 in a row after that because it was such a huge ask. But Hull City, as you can see from the league table just there, they're very close to us in the league, and we were looking to get a win here because anything that would take us ahead of them and kind of extend our bid to not be relegated, that's what we're looking for essentially. But I stuck with the 4-3-3 attacking formation because it worked so well against Liverpool, and we actually got the first chance of the game as Mahrez gets in. Unfortunately he wasn't able to slide the ball into the back of the net, but I think he's actually a left-footed player. Correct me if I'm wrong though, he might not be. But Sone Aluko comes through in the 24th minute for Hull. He plays it into Abel Hernandez, who went for the tramp goal, but thankfully for us he hit the crossbar and we did manage to clear it. But Hull had a huge amount of dominance in this game. Like, you could tell that they were at home and that they have a very, very fast attacking line because it was so difficult to deal with. Pace is incredibly important in FIFA 15 and Hull City seem to have an abundance of it, so especially with Aluko and excuse me, Hernandez, they're both just two incredibly fast strikers. But as you can see, like, Hull with a lot of chances, but we came into the second half looking to get something out of the game and stop Hull from eventually scoring, because it did seem like a bit of an inevitability at this stage. But in the 51st minute, Nick Powell managing to take the ball around Chester, despite the fact that he has basically no stamina left at this point. His shot is saved and the rebound comes to Andy King, who has an empty net to header it into, and he puts it wide. And I just thought, you know, Vardy missing that chance against Tottenham, King missing this chance against Hull City. Something is wrong with our finishing on this team on a fundamental level. Like, we're going to need to invest heavily in January, but we don't really have the funds to do that. We've got a 10k wage budget left and a lot of players who are out of contract and looking for wage increases, so it's going to be an incredibly frustrating January for us, I do think. But we did get a chance here in the 90th minute, and this is what I always do from these free kicks: pass it to the man in open space and take a shot, because the keeper's always off his line. And Andy King's shot hit the crossbar. It was amazing how he can manage to take a shot like that from about 35 yards out and hit the crossbar, but he can't head the ball into an open net. And we end that game with a 0-0 draw, which I'll take in all honesty, because Hull were definitely the better team, and them scoring, as I said, did seem like an inevitability. But we find out that Richie Delat is going to leave the club, and we enter January with a bid from Crystal Palace for Delat. They said 1.3 million. I said make it 1.5 million because I thought I could squeeze the extra 200k out of them, and he's out of contract anyway, so letting him go is something I'm more than happy to do. And our next game is in the league away from home at Anfield, and we've just played Liverpool in the last episode, but amazingly we're going to play them again. I don't know why the league is structured in such a way, but this time Liverpool lined up with Markovic on the wing, and I thought maybe him and Ojo would be a little bit better than Ojo and Wilson, and I don't think I would be able to get the win in this game. But playing against Liverpool seems to have become a speciality in the last episode, and we were hoping to build on that in this episode. And Anthony Knockaert came forward just 3 minutes into the game. His cross finds Jamie Vardy, who gives us an unbelievable lead just 3 minutes into the game. What a way to start off. And from here I plan to just park the bus and, you know, try and play it cautiously, try and get the win. But even if we were to get a point, I thought I'd be very satisfied with that, because this is Anfield and they are something like second in the league. But Mackay Stephen had a shot in the 18th minute towards the near post, which was saved. And then Liverpool sort of came into the game a little bit. They sort of found their rhythm and managed to play like a team. Markovic missing this header in the 24th minute, but it would have been a good opportunistic moment. But check out this moment on your screen here in the 35th minute as Liverpool just completely passed me to pieces. An unbelievable fast flowing move from Liverpool here, picks out Sturridge in the middle and he equalises in the 36th minute, and you can't even argue with that. You know, the way they moved the ball so fluidly, so quickly, there was nothing that anyone could have done about it. But we started off the second half just trying to keep it calm, trying to take the sting out of the game and slowly move forward, and if a chance presented itself, to try and take the chance. And the chance did present itself to Leicester man Cambiasso, who gives us the lead once again with an unbelievably well placed volley into the back of the net. When I played that chip through ball in, I did not expect him to do well because he's left-footed, but amazingly he did manage to do so, and we took the lead again against the run of play and against all odds, essentially, like against what everyone would have thought would have happened. And then Ojo missed an open goal in the 52nd minute, and I thought, you know what, this could be the day. We could actually get the double over Liverpool in the league. But in the 75th minute, Jordan Henderson got into a great position to pass the ball into Lallana, who ended up scoring for the hosts. And I was sort of feeling a little bit like, well, it was inevitable, and we still gonna come to Anfield and claim a point, and that's a pretty awesome result. But Liverpool had other ideas, and similarly to the game at the King Power Stadium, Liverpool continued to put everything into their attack. They wanted the 3 points here, and they were going to go for it no matter what. This is Martin Skirtle in an advanced position playing the ball into Ojo, and now they've lost this defender and we've got the counter attack, and Ujoa completely ruins Dejan Lovren before bearing down on goal, completely free with 2 minutes to go, and he gives us the lead, and we again take the lead against Liverpool for the second time in the season. We managed to beat Liverpool in only a matter of weeks as well, and for some reason I can't beat Hull City, I can't beat West Ham, like I can't beat any of these teams, but I can beat Liverpool twice in a row, and there's nothing that anybody can do about it. And that is another amazing result, and Ujoa finally comes good. I knew he could do it, even though I was losing my patience with him massively. But as you can see there, Palace agreed to our bid for Delat, or our counter offer or whatever it was, so they're going to sign him. And then look at this, Arsenal said that they want £8,000 for Hector Bellerin, or Bellerin. Now he's a Spanish fullback, he's rated 61 I think. But 8 grand, is that some sort of joke? Is that a mistake? Is that a glitch? Like, does anybody know why they want £8,000 for a player in their youth team? Like, it seems incredibly low to me. It seems very, very bizarre. It doesn't seem right at all. And then after that, Liam Moore comes to us and says, may we discuss wages? Now, I love Liam Moore. His contract is not expiring. He's only 21. He's a player I really believe in. I think we could get him up to rated 75 or something, but even so, it's not really about his rating. It's his actual stats. He's a very, very good defender with a lot of potential. And he wants 15 grand a week. And this is the one thing that I really despise about FIFA. I've offered him 10 grand here, and an important and a crucial first team player squad role, right? Which is an increase on what he has and a better squad role. But he doesn't go for it, and he'll never go for it, because it has to be an arbitrary set of circumstances by which you can manage to hold on to a player like that, and you literally have to offer them the money that they ask for or nothing. And that seems really wrong to me. But I went and hired a youth scout after that. I went for a guy called James Green. He's only got 2 stars. But, you know, that's all we can really go for at the moment. And Delat sale is completed. He goes to Crystal Palace. So that's a little bit of a weight off our mind. We've got some money freed up from that bid. And we're going to get Bellerin in to replace him. Now, I know you're probably thinking he's not going to be much of a replacement because he's only a 61 rated player. But he's going to grow into a better player. And we also have Danny Simpson and Boyata, who can both play in that right back role. And I'm very, very happy with that. So Bellerin, That's going to be an unbelievable signing. But Joel Campbell is another player that we wanted to sign, and I made an offer of £2 million for him, an increased bid just based on the money that we got from the lad, because I thought he could really add something to the team up front and going forward and on the counter attack, where I think we are at our strongest. So that was something I was looking to do. But Aston Villa told me that they wanted 2.1 million for Jack Grealish just shortly after telling me that they only wanted 500k, so I bid 500k for him because I thought they were taking the piss a little bit there. And then amazingly, Hector Bellerin signs for us for £8,000. That is the bargain of the century, in my opinion. That is the best bargain I have ever had on a FIFA game. £8,000 for a guy who's going to grow into a player who could easily claim a first team spot in any lower half Premier League team. Plus he's fucking rapid as well. That just seems like madness to me. It seems like something wrong with the game. I don't know what it is, but we had to edit our wage budget a little bit to facilitate the transfer of Joel Campbell, and I don't know if I'm going to go for it. He wanted 40 grand a week. I offered him 20 and an improved squad role on what he already has, so we'll see in the next episode whether or not he goes for it. But we also find that Liam Moore has declined our contract as we expected, and now it looks like he's going to be unsettled and we're going to need another centre back, and I just don't know. It's just a really annoying thing about FIFA, I suppose. There's nothing I can do about it, nothing anyone can do about it. But that's the end of this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like. That would be much appreciated. I've been El De Niro. Thanks for watching.